You always express how Puffy and Bad Boy was moving the wrong way in LA. But if you could go back to that night, what do you think they should have did different to avoid Biggie from getting killed?
Bruh, we needed more security. We needed more like-minded men like myself out there. We need those militiamentary men that Puff had at the video shoot that Arista was paying for, that didn't show up and wasn't there the night we were at the Peterson. But I'm not gonna go back to the night that Big got killed. Let's go back to that Thursday night when I sat there and told Big's man, pots and pans, D-Rock, man, don't come nowhere where we at. Don't come nowhere where we at. D-Rock gave me his word, shook his hand. Man, we ain't coming nowhere. Every party that Puff went, House of Blues, they ain't show up. We went to the movies, they ain't show up. They was over at the, what that, I don't know, it's not the Cal, it begins with a C. Well, Mace was at that club too. Puff sent me over. It was some club beginning with a C out there that they had trapped Mace up and I had to go get him up out of there. You understand? Anywhere we went, Big and them never showed up into the Peterson Museum. And the only reason they showed up is because Puff got in D-Rock ear. You understand? Puff got in this man's ear with Sally Richardson and her girlfriend them, and they all went out that day of the video shoot. Let's start right there. Let's start with the fact that Clark Kent went over there. The night in which Big was went to the Peterson Museum, Clark Kent that I had no knowledge of, brother. I had no knowledge of this until he got on another somebody else's platform and spoke about it. He said, asked Big what he was doing that night because he was supposed to go to London with Big. And Clark Kent said, what are you going to the Peterson Museum for, bro? He said, D-Rock and Puff set it up. They hadn't been nowhere. They hadn't been nowhere other than video shoots, other than radio. Do you understand? And the Soul Train Awards. They wasn't going out to no party, no clubs, and no hip-hop scene. They wasn't doing none of that, brother. But that one particular night they go out, and it was because of Puff and D-Rock. Clark Kent said that shit himself. I've been saying it for years, but everybody was saying, I'm capping. Nah. What do you call Clark Kent? Is he capping? He's a vice president of a record company. You understand what I'm saying? He was DJing for Big. Is he capping? All these people should smack themselves, brother. Because what happened is, when people hear the truth, they can't believe it. Why? They can't understand it. But it happened. We couldn't have done nothing because it was no we. It was no we out there. Big had a security, Paul Alford, Reggie Bullock. Puff had me and Kenny. We was down 6 to 8 other men. Fuck we gonna do? And there's 23 people in the entourage. And none of them got no guns. You don't go Cali empty-handed. We couldn't have done nothing, man. If I was with Big, I'd have rode on side of this motherfucking car like I wanted to do on Puff car. That would at least gave me an opportunity to be ready to jump out. You can't do certain things in Cali. You understand what I'm saying? They do drive-bys, they do bike buys, they do all kinds of shit. You gotta have your gun on your trigger, brother. You gotta have your gun in your hand. That's when the FBI asked me, did you have your gun out? Yeah, nigga, I had my gun out. Why? I'd rather be judged by 12 than to carry by 6 any day. That's straight from the streets of St. Louis and Detroit. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I'm not letting you catch me out like that. My shit is like American Express. I'm not leaving home without it. So, if I could have saved Big Life, man, listen here, man. I would have did everything in my power, man. And I'm tired of people, because people don't understand that shit fucks with me, bro. And it still fucks with me. And it might fuck with me until I'm old and gray. Why? Like I told you before, you still hear the nigga music. People still talk about him. People still want to know shit about him. They should have had better security. I asked them before we gonna go out? Nigga, let's hire some more security. They refused to hire more security. They refused to hire more security. Kirk Burrows said the same thing. They ain't have it in the budget. Not without Big, they don't have no budget. How about that?